every meetup there is. It's like
not enough
meet up at barbecue, you know, Buffalo Wild Wings. Thomas is there with
it was great. I got to meet some great players, both at PAX South and then PAX East and GDC as well. So it's been great. It's been great seeing the players around the area, some of the pro players, a lot of our streamers. It's been a lot of fun.
You see all the cosplay that was coming out too, right?
Yeah.
On Twitter, I saw.
Very nice.
Are you cosplaying, Drybear, someone who's not knowing that it's St. Patrick's Day? Because you're not wearing green.
Is that what it is?
Is that what you're doing? Because it's working. Yeah.
It seems like
it's like a nice contrast.
Okay.
Right? It's like
está escondendo o cabelo.
Impossível,
né? Tá com bonezinho.
We'll pretend to buy that one here.
Não deu tempo
it's a
dele
very
fazer
the guy's not showing any green.
cabelo dele é lisinho.
That doesn't count. He grabbed this in the back. He grabbed it in the back.
Vocês viram vai ter
guess what? This is
personagem
green. You
LGBT
can't see
no
it, it's
LoL? Eu
muted,
fiquei
but it's
impressionado,
actually
tipo,
green,
já não
so
existem
I wish you
todos.
were
I'd say that's more like a seafoam, bro.
Seafoam. I think it's a cerulean. I don't know. We'll
That's
see.
a blue.
It's not. Anyways, guys, you want to talk about stuff that matters. That's all the good stuff we've got coming up in OB46. Before we get into the hype stuff, though, and luckily before this, you know, I've taken care of everything.
Na mesa ali a gente tem Rappel, que é o Grey Hair, o Drybear, que é o Drybear, o Revenge ali de verde e o Rain Day, que é o Rain Day.
In fact, the chest that's on everyone's mind, the Helios Force chest.
You did it.
Yes.
Good job.
For Fernamdo. It's going to be pretty exciting. Talk to us about what's in this chest.
Ok, skin do Fernando.
Is amazing. Both
É
concept, the modeling, both the
Transformer.
character and the weapon. These guys worked really close, hand in hand, to make sure that the theme was respected all the way through, and the execution is amazing. So this actually is probably one of my favorite skins that we've done to date. And so, and especially with Fernando, I'm still waiting to hear kind of what happens with balance at the end of the show. I hope he's as powerful as he appears here. But yeah, no,
which pretty hair gets involved with that inner pretty hair.
Porque eu sou mais narigudo.
It's a lot of fun.
Não foi por isso. É porque o Rappel ele tem o cabelinho do Grey Hair, né?
Yeah, some voice pack for this, and look at that, baby. Paladins epic.
Melhorou, abaixei o volume deles. Aí galera, a skin do Fernando é uma espécie de Transformer. Não me perguntem porque ele tem aquela crina de cavalo ali azul. Troca o VPN, Rock. Troca para outro servidor. Será que é um Gundam? Será? Ou um Transformer? Qual que é a diferença de um Gundam e um Transformer? Alguém me diga, please.
Well, let's take a listen to it. Here's the voice pack here for FN01. Something, Fernando.
Megazord? Porra, Megazord não era assim. Megazord era feio pra caralho.
Flank left. Just following orders. Ultimate is ready. Be careful, right flank.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. That is too good. Just following orders.
That right flank, gotta watch out.
If only we could play the flavor lines, right?
No, right? Unfortunate we don't have this in game.
Reminds me of the Super Chrono 64 from Smite.
Yeah.
That's that voice pack.
Yeah.
And it's very nostalgic. It feels very video gamey, yet it also feels otherworldly.
Yeah.
And really exciting. So that is going to be a new chest that comes out. But also in that chest, there's going to be a few other things you can grab.
Okay.
There's Triggerman Buck. There's Star Slayer Ruckus. Nightbane Cassie.
Correct.
And so if you don't have any of those, and those are epics, right? If you don't have any of those,
there's 3 sets of epics and then a set of legendary.
Okay.
And the big thing about these
O que vai ter na live hoje? À primeira vista a gente está vendo aqui o patch note do Paladins. Eu não sei exatamente o que vai ter, né? É algo que ainda não sei direito o que vai ser. Eu só sei que hoje não teremos Smite, tá? Uma certeza que nós temos nessa vida é que essa live de hoje não terá Smite. O resto é relativo, amigo.
I don't know. So I feel like if you're just hitting these chests, you're just getting every patch. It's just better.
It always just bounces back,
and
man.
better.
The more you own, the more you get.
It all comes back to the colossal chest.
That's right. It does. That's why it's so big.
It's huge. It's colossal.
E aí, cara dos Gragas.
We should make it bigger.
Yeah, maybe next patch.
That's right.
Será que tinha? Se eles tinham que lançar uma roupa pro Shaolin,
obviously
será?
that new chest coming in, and that's a very important thing. People are excited about that. Always fun for the new skins coming in. Fernando players as well. Hopefully you get some extra cool action in there. And we'll see if any inner pretty hair comes out and helps you out or hurts you.
Please no.
But I think there's an important thing. Did you all take care of your parking tickets today? You all cool?
I don't have any.
You don't have any?
I don't have any. No.
Because I made sure I did. Because at this point, I think we all have to make sure that we're law-abiding citizens.
Are we?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's extremely important.
That movie didn't end well for the person.
It certainly didn't, but it was a decent movie. It was actually a pretty decent movie. Coming out in OB46, guys, you've heard it teased. You've seen several videos from it on multiple different platforms, and you've heard the name, you've heard the category. You know what it's all about. It's about the law. So, without further ado, coming out
Mostra logo alguma coisa aí, seus palhaços.
The new champion, Lex.
Novo campeão, Lex. O nome dele. É Lex? Lex, the hand of justiça. A mão da justiça. Quero um sup novo. E ainda quero...
Whoa, was that Pip's hand? Whoa!
Fizeram até animaçãozinha pro Lex. O Lex parece um...
Ooh, I feel it spicy. The Hand of Justice.
Que cara que fez o Blade?
Thomas, Rory, that was awesome. Talk to
Como é
us
que chama o
about
cara? Eu esqueci o nome
Lex
dele.
and what he's going to bring to the realm, how he came about.
So Lex has been great.
Quem fez? Esqueci o nome.
one of the
Wesley
champions,
Snipes.
As we've been looking at where his theme just really kind of hit a note with the dev team, and we were able to carry it really strongly through both his art,
Ele
his
parece com
gameplay,
Wesley Snipes, cara.
animation, just across the board. And the idea is that he does represent the law. He's part of this order, right? That
As
keeps
arminhas
law
dele
in
são
kind of the
bonitas.
outskirts of the realm, right? And so
Androxus
he's
negão,
responsible for
nada a
the
ver,
district,
cara.
and he'll travel around. And as such, like, he is the
O
sole
Andraxis não tem duas
representation.
armas,
He is
ele
the
não
law.
é
He
assim.
is the judge, the jury, the executioner. So he has that full authority to be the law and to represent it and carry
Flanco
it
ou
out.
dano? Provavelmente é um
To that
danco.
theme, you know, there's confidence, you see it in his
Que eu acho que
personality,
esse personagem tá pra
tone,
dano, viu? Não
the
tá pra
authority he
flanco,
speaks with,
não.
and then also with his kit.
Yeah, I mean,
Lex parece Renday. Falei pro Fabrício, muito obrigado.
Lex parece o Randai.
Drybear, you kind of took the lead on helping direct the direction of Lex here. So why don't we, since we have him in game, start
Com
talking
certeza,
about the
Ribeiro.
kit that he's going to bring into the battle.
So the big thing that we're kind of getting from Thomas and the
Tô
crew
até
is
vendo
that
dava o orifício anal pro Jonas falando que é o Reaper.
driver of justice, right? And he wasn't, you know, he wasn't vindictive. He wasn't out there for himself. He was almost
Só mostrar
like
esse
the
novo personagem
instrument,
skin do
right? He was the
Fernando
one
por
that was
enquanto.
enacting this judgment. And he carried a very special drive.
Tem nada a ver com o Reaper, só porque usa duas armas. A Tracer também usa duas armas e não é chamada de Reaper.
They're very heavy, very kind of meteoric, and that's what we were starting for from the gameplay. We wanted to have these high caliber rounds, right? Because we have Androxus in the game, kind of, you know, the medium caliber, and we do have, you know, like Victor and Tyra that have kind of the, you know, the repetitive. But we wanted to have it feel like it was just heavy impacting, penetrating, and slow, right? Wanted to kind
Tem
of
que
carry
ser
that.
flanco, tem muito dano. Será que é flanco? Será que é dano? Será que é danco? Ninguém sabe, é flanco. Ou é tanque disfarçado de dano e flanco com dano e suporte ao mesmo tempo.
Like, these are the pistols. Like, if he goes down in action, his orders come
Eu
in
acho que é
to
dano, não é não?
retrieve those pistols,
And they
not
leave 'em
necessarily the body.
They leave the body there behind.
É
right?
dano, mas não é dano?
And so, yeah, we wanted that, like, again, that strong, confident feel that backs up the kind of gameplay and that heavy hitting, you know, dual pistol, aesthetic and as far as the actual implementation, and with that Crusader vibe, right?
And this will be a flanker. So adding into the flank class, we've seen
É flanco.
supports, we've seen tanks kind of come in, and obviously if you're
Pelo
watching
menos
this,
eu acho,
it's
eles estão
very
falando
kinda
ali, né?
tanky meta at the current moment. But adding a new flanker into the realm, that's got to been an exciting, a fun task for you all to see how we can make him fit, make him relevant.
Surpresa é
as we
suporte.
introduce him
Ele
into
tem
the
que ser
scene.
Brazer.
Took a little bit of a different angle with this one. So he actually has one of the highest base movements.
Estão falando ali que é
in the game, so
flanco.
he just naturally moves very, very quickly. And we can start off from that just to how he fits onto the flank role. So he is the first introduction into Paladins of our version of a combat slide. So he can very easily, unlike a roll,
Provavelmente é flanco por causa daquele spoiler dos próximos personagens que teve no PTS.
So it's meant to be, as the name would suggest, combat slide. So use it while he's fighting.
Olha, ele dá um slidezinho. Ele...
This just kind of goes along with those vibes, and it's actually
Tipo aqueles Warface paia pra caralho lá,
so
tá
you see a
ligado?
3-second cooldown there. It'll start immediately, gets it back, so he's very highly mobile.
Ó, vai ser difícil
and
jogar
he's
essa
kinda
merda.
you know, as you saw from the teaser video, very comfortable in combat with a lot of bullets coming by, a lot of fire coming by, a lot of chicken potions flying by, right? He's very comfortable in that state, and so we wanted to kind of marry
Que
that with
medo.
the movement. But hopping back to the weapons here, you can see that again,
Caraca, como é que ele consegue dar o dash na escada, tá ligado? Porque tipo, ele tem que subir, ele consegue sair ralando tudo ali no degrau.
So it hits really hard and they do alternate.
So they're called magnums there. So out of the right and left side. Nick, you
6 de munição.
How does it feel with this weapon fire?
Dá um dashzinho. Parece Ghost Recon. É, também.
That's really cool. Yeah, our animation team, our tech art team, the programming team, like the amount of tech that goes into making something feel this good is immense, and they did a great job with it. But yes, the slides go back with every fire. When you run out of ammo on one gun, the slide locks, which is it also happens in 3P. So if you're paying attention, you can kind of you can tell how much ammo he has left.
Yep.
But yeah, it feels really good.
Yeah, it does feel good to sneak up on somebody and hit him. Like, I mean, these things hit like a truck, so you sneak up on somebody and open with a headshot. It's going to be a good time.
Headshot does a pretty big chunk of damage there, but it's kind of altering.
Tiro lento.
A little bit slower fire rate than some of our other direct shot hit scan weapons. So you really have to make sure you're landing those.
O que o Blade faz aí é o Wesley Snipes.
Very methodically taking out enemies, as you saw in the teaser there. And then that kind of plays in the rest of the kit is using the weapons here.
So
going right into the right click. Obviously, if you're going to have 2 pistols out, the thing you see across media and all across everywhere, right, is being able to engage those in a very interesting way.
Yes.
We actually kind of pushed really hard on the technical teams to be able to use it during the slide as well, which was a huge challenge in and of itself. But the right click, what it'll do is you activate it, you will then kick out.
Mostra as habilidades, amiguinha, mostra as habilidades. O botão direito dele dá uma descarga de tiros como o do Andraxans.
Exactly which target it's literally
É
just
isso.
his positional base, right?
Tô ficando revoltado já com esse patch note, mano, na moral.
There's a Garak deployable, so the enemy can kind of react to this by doing various things by stepping on walls or putting people in front of them. But it is lock on, so the closest target will get hit by all 6 shots.
O cara deve ter os joelhos todos acabados. Se fosse LoL, estaria com os joelhos todos acabados.
It's confirmed damage, so it's very easy to, when an EV's flying around very quickly or someone's kind of moving about, you get some confirmed damage on there, but it's not highly lethal. And like I said, it's
Uma falta de criatividade essa habilidade aí, mó escrota, feia pra caralho.
Look at you as you shoot the turret helplessly, right? So there's a lot of counter mechanics for the enemies to look at, and you can actually activate this at almost any time, including during the slide. So you can do the action hero slide visual.
That'd be cool if we could see that maybe in the slide.
Ficou tosco isso, ficou tosco, ficou tosco. Melhora essa animação aí, na moral.
That it's possible. But the cool part about that as well is looking at, with Lawman, these magnums, Nick, this may seem
Senti vibes de Matrix. É, parece que vai rolar um reboot de Matrix, né? Tá rolando uma história aí meio bizarra. Acho que nem precisa de reboot, o filme é tão perfeito que não precisa de reboot. Eu acho.
If somebody's getting escapes from you, somebody's about to slip away, like Driver mentioned, the big one was the Eevee, Drogos, guys that are really hard to hit that are flying around. This is the perfect tool to take them out, but it's not.
Não é, Senhor Anderson.
It takes a long time and it's not a lot of DPS.
Right, so you pretty much still have to do the majority of the heavy lifting.
Nossa, achei tão tosca essa habilidade dele, mas tudo bem, né?
Like an Eevee, this is more of his cleanup tool to make sure that when he gets you low, he can actually finish you and stay in the fight. Where other flankers could probably just retreat a very long distance if they don't hit that damage.
Mostra as habilidades.
He's very all in, it seems like, in terms of his kit. Let's talk about his Q. Before we get into the ultimate, which I'm sure everyone's excited to see, the Q driver, you said this is kind of going to display who are the good lawmen and who are the kind of average ones. This is going to separate a lot of people.
This gives a pretty high skill ceiling for the character. And
se alguém ficou surdo aí, eu pago o tratamento. Pode ficar tranquilo.
So the very basic of this is, as he is the lawman and he's kind of seeking out justice and delivering that through the weapons he's been granted, he will always have a retribution target active. And so this is the ability is called Retribution.
Okay.
Sobre da treta do Donald Trump e Snoop Dogg, não.
The upper bow of his insignia
Susto
top of their heads. You see it through walls.
Para com isso, cara, nem te
if you are
assustei.
within a very kind of short distance within the target, you will see them through walls and have permanent vision on them. So you have to be close enough to see it, right? So at a certain distance that just goes
Assusta
away.
a Jéssica, não. Nem assustaram, seus... para com isso. Nem foi tão susto assim.
Go seek this person out and
it's your bounty, right?
It's more like passing judgment, right? He's not reaping kills, he is passing judgment on these people. But the big thing here is
caralho, amigo, mostra logo as habilidades do personagem, senhor, por favor, alguém vai lá e dá um soco na cara desses caras.
So at a very high kill streak number, we actually got to the point where some people on like 25, 30 kill streaks in playtests were worth almost 200 credits with a single kill, right?
Wow.
So it scales up very, very aggressively, and it kind of gives you that idea of, you know, when someone is doing really, really well, you can find them, flank them, and take them out.
Porra,
and it tells you
mano.
who to go for, right? And so as you see the kill streak
3
going
anos
up, there'll be 5
conversando.
credits for every kill on their kill streak. It's a really valuable target. And then he has a bunch of legendaries and cards that give him health back on his target, give him movement speed near his target. It's all about being highly, you know, embodying the flank role as much as possible, right? He is there to find someone and take them out, and all about that person. The things that kind of the details here is important.
Esse negão de
At the
duas
beginning of the
pistolas
match,
aí,
you'll
e aí
randomly
Anderson
select a target.
Oliveira.
Okay.
If someone
Tem duas
kills you,
pistolas,
they
mano.
become your target.
So I can't just say, oh, I really think that this EV is really easy to flank. Let me just make it EV all the time.
Correct. Now, if you get a target and you really want to buy out, it's a long cooldown, but you can activate the Q, and it'll randomly select from the remaining 4 targets, but it's random.
It's
right?
still random.
You never have unless someone kills you, you never have the opportunity to specifically choose someone, but you have a chance to mulligan if you need to.
Interesting.
Tactical feeding incoming.
Yeah, exactly. Tactically feeding on the, but you have to take the disadvantage to get the advantage next round. So very interesting. And
O
again,
que
seeing through
é uma
walls, being able to
espécie
kind of
de-
feed as a flanker, get the first shot.
Ele consegue vir atrás
This
da
could be a very
parede, os
powerful ability,
inimigos.
and one that, admittedly, in playtest, I did not use well enough. I kind
Consegue
of just
atirar também através
was-
da parede, amigo? Vai lá.
So, and kind of clarifying as well, Drybear, those credits next to that icon is the amount that if you kill this target for Retribution, you will get credits just in your credit pool, correct?
Yeah, so this is actually a total amount of credit. So like you see when there's 0 kill streaks right now,
Sure.
The base for kills is 30, right? That's just across the game.
Okay.
Eles
And as
estão
they go up
falando
the kill streak, it'll raise the
sobre
amount that you
como
get.
é
But basically
você
that number there, right next to the
ser uma
icon, is the amount of
pessoa
credits
que
you will
mora
get if you kill that target.
nos
And as you see,
nos
as
Estados
the characters
Unidos
go higher
e
and higher in kill streaks during
não
the
queria
match,
estar
that
ali
number will grow and
porque
grow and
não
grow. So
tem
it'll tell you if you correctly get your
feijão
target, you'll
carioca,
get that
entendeu?
much
Não
credits
sei,
for
esses
the
caras
kill.
enrolam pra
And on
caramba.
the kill, you saw the UI confirmed it as well. It's a bounty kill.
Got
Kind
it.
of comes up above it that it is a bonus kill on top of the normal credits that you get through it. So you really are
So is that-
encouraged to flank and take out
Yes.
that person.
It
So-
comes in like your
Is this 60 then in total? Is that what that ends up being? For
Não
this
sei,
standard?
não sei
So
explicar
this is
essa
total. So
toda.
the 30 is the base across the game. So
Got
this
it.
summarizes everything possible.
Got it.
And if we had an opportunity to show you here with a high kill streak, this, like I said, it's a scale up for every kill streak they're on and get very, very high. And then as that goes longer and longer, it builds up there. But it just gives you really, you know, it's all about finding that one person and
Sure.
taking them out. And if you're doing this constantly, finding the right targets, because you have very limited through wall vision, if you're close
Mostra
enough,
a
you can actually kind
ult,
of hide and pick
cara,
your
mostra
fights
a
and get in the right
ult,
spot and
vai.
find them alone and take them out, and then get incredible amounts of credit gain, which catches you up above other targets.
So this should be display here. See, as he's growing. See,
Watch
now
the
it's
mark, guys.
45 credits. He's just killed one. See if he kills another here. He's got
Mostra
reload. Now it's
ult,
60 credits he's trying to get for
cara,
him.
vai.
Now it's 75. So I think
Meu
that
Deus, cara,
clearly elucidates it. The more, the better he's doing in the match, and he stays your target, the more credits you'll earn when you actually kill him.
That's right.
All right. Well, that sounds like Retribution could be a very kind of, I don't know, it's going to be a higher level skill to make sure that pays off as best as it can. But talking about the ultimate, Driver, this is what we all want to see. It is called the Law. Why don't you walk us through what this does
Chefe das
and
animações
how it's
Albert.
intended to be used in tandem, with his general kit, being an all-in flanker.
So the idea here is we really wanted to have that kind of penultimate moment to be
Mostra a ult!
I'm the law, right?
Sure.
I am the instrument, and now you are being judged by me, right? So the idea here is he will kick into a
Opa,
relatively
acordei. E aí,
low
Bruno
point
Nunes,
based on
obrigado
age
pelos bits.
Conseguido
Will
arbits.
target all
Que
enemy
alegria.
champions.
Parabéns, cara.
Cad, meus
And
parabéns.
after delay, he'll fire,
Parabéns.
he'll pass his judgment through a blast.
Okay.
And if targets are hit by it, they will take 600 damage and be slowed for 1 second.
Okay.
So not a whole lot. It's kind of just there to kind of, and that is
Duas
actually the fail
medidas.
case, right?
Right.
So pretty
Que
weak,
isso,
doesn't
cara?
do a whole lot. It's just there to kind of hit. However, there's a different
A
condition that
patch
makes
dos
this
países precisa
ultimate
mais
even more
dinâmica
powerful.
igual dos mais. Mas não é tão
If
dinâmico, né? Mas
targets
poderia ser.
hit are below a health threshold,
Okay.
they will be instantly vaporized and killed. And so that counts
Ok,
for,
temos a ult dele
frontline,
revelada.
that counts for anyone, it's a percentage of HP, 65%, so if he passes this off and hits it, it does have a range as well, and it's based by line
Yeah.
of sight.
Yeah.
So if you hear him say, no one escapes the law, you better hide, right?
Yeah,
Because he's
exactly.
going to pass that. And so you actually, potentially could kill a whole bunch of people.
E aí,
in one shot
Aleph,
if
como
they're
doa
on
bits?
threshold.
Exclamação
So
bits,
obviously
cara,
the-
você vai
the
pegar o
counter to this is
tutorial.
if the support on their team hears this coming,
Digita aí
big
exclamação
healing
bits no
potion
chat,
down.
tem
We had a couple
tutorial de
playtests
como
where
pegar
Mega
bits.
Potion Pit just countered it because he kept
Yep.
popping them up over the threshold before they got hit, right?
Yep.
But you can also kind of pepper people with good AoEs and then execute them all with the big ultimate.
Now, is there anything about the shielding that counters this as well? I mean, if a shield is up, will you be able to get hit behind the shield?
Come on, man,
Oh, wow.
show
So
your
throw up a
ultimate
shield and
skills.
So there's a lot of counterplay options. Here's my question. Does Torvald with his personal shielding or Ruckus with an emitter still get...
O que eu tenho pra me focar,
Yes,
pra me
personal
matar
shields do.
aqui?
So
O que
it
eu vou me
only
matar
looks
com o
at
quê?
if you can get hit by it. It only looks at your current percentage of health. So this ignores damage reduction. This ignores
A passiva
any
dele
shielding that's on, so Torvald shield won't be counted. If you
aplica
get
dano em
25%,
área.
and
Quem
then you
tiver
shield
com
gets
menos
refreshed, it
65%
will
de
still
vida
count
morre?
as
Quê?
50%, and he will be executed for it. So the big thing is you have to have a deployed blocker that prevents you from being hit.
What the
or,
fuck?
You know, a death immunity like Fernamdo Ultimate, or like becoming untargetable like Ghost Walk or Slither.
Ooh, maybe Fernando. Seeming with that new skin, having a...
The Fernando ult does
more
very well
important,
against this, right?
yes.
So as soon as you hear that,
What
we
the
actually had
fuck?
a balance change that will help that even more when we get to that later. But it is
E aí,
more
Coiti,
about,
quais as habilidades dele? Ele tem um dash, ele
Cheguei eu que
tem
perdi qual e habilidades dele.
uma descarga de pente, ele tem ali uma marca também, que ele dá no adversário, e ele tem essa ultimate aí, que dá um tiro. Bum.
Oh yeah, this is a, admittedly, you know, this is a very fun ultimate that feels like you are surpassing judgment onto anyone who has kind of messed with you or your team throughout the game. It can be a very, you know, this was a top player for sure when we were playtesting it, and a lot of fun, but with this, the new changes and balance as well, the shield being able to counteract it, I'm very interested to see the counterplay here. Nick, talking from an esports perspective, do you see this guy coming in and immediately kind of shaking things up?
Eu vou me conectar à internet aqui.
Players gonna wait a little bit and use them. What do you think's gonna go on?
Yeah, obviously there's always that waiting period where they got to figure him out, but one of the harder things to do, especially at the very top level, is confirm those kills.
Estou recebendo vários dados, cara. Informações confidenciais estão sendo compartilhadas na rede. Estou entrando na Matrix. Tchau, sociedade. Queria bits pra doar. Fala aí, Tonico. Exclamação bits, cara. Você vai ter todas as informações sobre bits. Aí, ó. Como doar bits de graça.
We've got a number of new artists and new team members that have joined us that have obviously, you know, helped as far as the amount of content we can put out, but the quality of content has definitely been going up, and that goes across environments, animation, characters, effects, UI, program, like across the board. I think we're just kind of finding our pace. And
não vai ter sub, mas não valeu.
Really excited about the details and the things that go into this. You know, you've seen some of the
nudes dos Sirius caíram na rede.
One that we don't really talk about as much. But the UI team did a really good job with him, and as we were
Me
talking
acorda
about
quando
earlier,
começar o
he's
patch
got a
notes.
core. He's easy to play. You can jump in, you can play with him. You're shooting people, you're taking people down. The movement, it feels really, really good. But it
Caraca,
does
velho,
have,
mexi aqui até sangrou.
but it does have like a high ceiling, and you can see a lot of the breakup of the different emblems and stuff like that that will give that information to those players that want to play deeper.
All right, well, we understand there are some connection issues. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back, talk about Lawman's legendaries, and finish you up with some balance and some other cool stuff on the patch preview. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the stream.
Again. Que? Eles voltam já com a programação do Patch Norris. Eu vou dar um reset na live já pra colocar esse patch note lá no canal, esse início do patch note, e depois a gente já volta, tá? Fazer um pequeno reset aqui, não se matem. Pequeno reset.